Yes, the 1983 Dungeons and Dragon cartoon. Dungeons and Dragons, not just one dragon, many dragons, mostly Tiamat. And they had a bunch of episodes. They had 13 episodes in their first season. Respectable, and regextable. And there were many locations, of which I have drawn some of them. Some of those locations on this big old map. And we're listening to... What is this music we're listening to? My goodness. This must be some 1970s, 60s Spider-Man music. So that's pretty great. So my name is Torn Atkinson. I am a cartoon enthusiast. I'm also a storyboard artist by day. And I have worked on some Marvel productions. Dungeons & Dragons, the cartoon, was a Marvel production. And that's why it shared some music with the Spider-Man series of the time. I'm going to turn this down for myself a little bit. And I would like to remind everyone that's watching this on the YouTube channel that I have a Discord. And I'm going to plug this live stream into that Discord right now. The Discord is there. Hopefully, there's a link in the show notes or in the description down below on the YouTube thing here. But let me quickly put this in here. Is my live stream notification? Get that out of the way. Publish, and then we can get some folks in the chat. Hopefully on this Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, September 30th. Here in British Columbia, Canada, we have the National Truth and Reconciliation Day, a somber observance of tragedies past. But the benefit is I don't have to work, and so you are subjected to this live stream. Well, there's nobody here right now, so I'm the only one who's subjected to it. But if anyone else tunes in, I've never done it on a Tuesday late morning before, so who knows what's going on with folks out there. But not to worry. So let's get into it here. Today I'm doing episode 10. I don't know why I typed 20 in here. Let me fix that. Of the D&D cartoon, having done episode 1, Night of No Tomorrow, number 2, Eye of the Beholder, Hollow Bones, Valley of the Unicorns, In Search of the Dungeon Master, Bog Beast, Beauty and the Bog Beast, Prism That Wall, Servant of Evil, last live stream I did, The Quest for the Skeleton Warrior, which is up here, The Ruins to the East, and The Lost Night of the Celestial Tower, and today I'm doing the Garden of Zinn. What did they do? They started in a forest. They had some kind of encounter in a forest, as I recall. So I'm matching that up right now with the Forest of No Trees, which was from episode 5, which is down here. Although I feel like I'm eventually going to have to draw another forest. You can't have this giant map with just one forest. There is a forest of mushrooms, but that's not the same. And then there's also like jungles and stuff. Here's a swamp. We're not going to worry about that. So we're not going to draw the forest today. I feel like I'm going to have to draw a forest. Maybe I'll draw it today. But let's start out with, they go from north through the Valley of Smoke. I think it's called the Dark Forest. So maybe I will have to draw the Dark Forest. And draw this Valley of Smoke. So here's my reference for the Valley of Smoke. This should be pretty easy. As always, we want to get it in this square of a frame, so it's not. I feel like this one could be smaller, so let's aim for that. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of that. Let me make a new layer, a new layer, and then after we do the smoke holes, what is it called? The Valley of Smoke. Let's just type that here. Valley of Smoke. This will be, I'll make that blue because traditionally blue is my good layer, and then we'll draw another. Okay, let's do, well, since this is the original map that was found in the sticker book, the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon sticker book, which did not mesh with the episodes. So we have some various things that we recognize. Kellick's Castle, the top left there looks completely different than what it does in the episode. So when I drew Kellick's Castle right over here, dead center in your screen right now, that does match up with Kellick's Castle. And then we also had, where are you? Come back now. The lair of Tiamat. I'm not even sure. I guess that's this cave. That makes sense. That's the lair of the Tiamat. That's what happens in the very first episode. In the opening titles, Tiamat comes out of her lair. The Kingdom Avenger. That doesn't really make any sense. The Cavern of the Hook Horrors never happened. There were Hook Horrors. They were not in a cavern. Gardens of Evil. No, there's Gardens of Zinn. So we're doing Zinn. There's nothing else. The Box Canyon. There was a Box Canyon in one of the episodes. And then this later episode, which I find the art on this one, the rendering is a little more interesting. There's a gloomy forest, so I might have to steal that gloomy forest. Not steal, but kind of recreate on my own terms. Monica, hello, welcome. How are you on this Tuesday? This presently sunny but soon to be rainy Tuesday as fall settles in. So we've seen that now. That's all fine and good. So we are going to draw. So after I do the Valley of Smoke, we are going to. No, I don't want that anymore. Be gone. In fact, let's put you way down here. We are doing the Garden of Zinn itself, which seems like a monumental Herculean task even. But we'll figure it out as we go. So, yeah, we'll save that for later. Should I adjust the contrast on that? Sure, why not? Didn't really change anything. Okay, so Valley of Smoke. Let's do it. We're going to put that right in this square box. I feel like I need some more space. So let's give me some more space over here where I can put let's make that a nice neutral grayish. There we go. And so we'll put our reference over on the right side. And then I feel like that's probably going to be all that we need. So we'll put that up there, and let's just draw this Valley of Smoke in the manner to which I am accustomed. Okay. I'm looking for the light, making some art of mine. Oh, that's exciting. What kind of art? Tell me. I did some drawings over the weekend, which I put on my social media. I played the role-playing game Shadow Dark, and while I'm talking about it, I met this fellow Gabriel. Let me see if I can put this up. Watcher DM. Check out watcherdm.com. Local creator or creators. The business card has a little dungeon map on it, so that's great. And some information on the back. So yeah, nice guy, good role player, and Watcher DM, local D&D old school Renaissance type stuff is happening. And recently joined my Discord, so welcome. So what we're gonna do is I feel like 20 might be. Let me check this. Let me check my brush size. The last one I did was this one. Is that too thick? Let's get it down to 15. I think the 15 is more appropriate. So 15 brush size, and let's do this Valley of Smoke. I don't think we need that anymore. So let's start off with one right in the middle. And I'm just, you know what though? I'm noticing, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do with my reference. Garden of Zinn. That should be, no, okay, okay, toast. Let's call that toast. Dwayne is here. I'm weaving, and then, this is Monica, I'm weaving and then building mini houses with it. I can't wrap my mind around that, but that's exciting. A collaborative project with my friend Krista, hoping to get it into a show in Canmore, Alberta. That sounds exciting. I'm interested to see what this might look like. So, yeah, how can I see them? How can I see this project? This exciting project, weaving miniature houses. Fascinating. I like it. As for me, I'm just drawing. Okay. Oh, what was I going to do? I was going to take this toast layer and I was going to flip it. And you may ask, why? Why, Torn? Why? Because this will help me. As you may notice, generally speaking, the light sources on all of my drawings come from the top left. And so the shadows will be on the bottom and on the right side. So by flipping this, I don't have to break my brain trying to recreate. By flipping the reference, I don't have to break my brain. So let's continue drawing the Valley of Smoke. I like how you can kind of see. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, see? I mean, everything here. I see what's happening. The Valley of Smoke. It's just wisping up. There's no wind in the Valley of Smoke. But there does seem to be some trails, it looks like. Don't quite remember that. Is that a trail? That looks like a trail. So let's just draw that trail in. We don't need to be, we're just using the reference as a reference. We don't need to be a stickler. I see what's happening. What happened to my music? It's still going, right? No, it stopped. Why did my music stop? Weird. This happened earlier today too. I don't like that. I don't like that. What happened to my music? Let me try. Let me go to songs. It's just, it won't play. iTunes, what happened? What happened to you, iTunes? I don't like that. Let me close it. We might just not have music today. That's sad. Yeah, it's not working. Oh no, it's working. Okay. I need to get into my proper stream. I can't be... There we go. Can you hear it? Can I hear it? Yes. Sweet. Okay, we got our music back. Oh, thank goodness. Music from The Incredible Hulk, 1983. Incredible Hulk's TV series. Okay. Yeah, Dwayne Taylor also says pics of the project. Yes, indeed. Okay, so continuing with the smoke holes. I'm already feeling lost. I'm just overthinking it. Let's just freehand it. And we don't need to be big here. It's a nice tall one. And then the yeah, okay. Let's zoom. I need to zoom in. I need to get my. Yes. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. I can't post pics here, but I'll put some on the Facebook later. Yes, please. Or if you use the Discord, if you're on the Discord, you can put them in. We have on the Torrance Art Hole Discord a place to put your art. Okay. A place for, what is it called? It's called Post Your Pics or something like that. And this is the music from Dungeons and Dragons. And how do we do? I guess we this is the just problem with drawing this small is I never draw the outlines big enough. Maybe I do go up to 20. Oh, I was at 10? Oh, that's a problem. Okay. Let's put some back in here. They're just dunes. But we can definitely get some more smoke holes in here. Let's put one right by the... Love the song. Love it. Put some shadows. Seems like there's a little tree at the edge. Do I want to put a tree in there? No. No, I don't. I think something like that. I don't know. Let me fix this up a little bit if I can. Something like that. Little smoke hole here. Little smoke hole there. Some more Spider-Man music. And then just suggestions in the background. So I feel like we're already pretty close to being done. Thank goodness for this is where my put another one right here. Maybe make it a tall one. Let's make it a tall one. And then we're going to do some drawing with the eraser. We're going to do some drawing with the eraser. Cthulhu Inc. is here. I'm behind the chat. Monica says, I'm weaving flat fabric, then doing some origami wire sculpture and covering with the fabric. Okay. Houses. And what style of houses? Traditional, just like boxy houses? Cthulhu Inc. says, ahoy. Monica says, I will find you on Discord later. Thank you. How's the weather today, Tornak? The weather today, I was out there with the dog about an hour ago. Starting to get a little windy, but sunny. But the clouds are rolling in. It's supposed to rain in about an hour or two, I think. Okay, so. Is this too busy? Is this too busy? We gotta get them. Do I do that? Maybe I do that. Da, da, da. And then that's too far off in the background. It's smaller. Be bigger. Ba, da, da. Ba, da, 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 da. Ba, da, 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 da. Okay, let's get rid of my reference. Where's my reference? Where's my reference? This guy. I need to be consistent with my coloring. The other one is, that's the other reference, so that, okay, good. Okay. Valley of Smoke. What are you doing there, Torn? You've gone too far. You crazy bastard. Da, 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 da. Okay. Valley of Smoke. Look at it. Smoking up. Put some few in the background. Boom. Okay, so now what we got to do is I'm going to draw with the eraser just like I said we was going to. Da, 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 da. Right? Does that make sense? Just. Bam, bam. I feel like I'm not taking the amount of care that I have on the previous locations. But the problem with this eraser is I think there's some opacity to the brush. But that's I think we can. Let me see. Let me see. Is there? I'm not going to worry about it. But we will tighten up some of these. Crater tops, and then we will move on to the main event, which is the Garden of Zinn. Right? Am I right or am I right? How are we looking here? Okay. See, this is the problem here. There we go. That's what we want. Okay. Just want to see the lip. Want to see the top. That's all we want. That's all we want. That's all we want, everybody. Okay. Couple more. Some shadows. Feel like we're good. Should I put a big one in the front? Like here? Like, because we're really close to it? Let me zoom out. Yeah, I think I can probably do that. That should be fine. All right, let's do it. Let's do it a little less shitty, though. Okay. We don't want it to be lined up there. Do we? Something like that. Is that too high? Maybe that's too high. Problem is this guy. Whoa, what was that noise? Here, let me do it another layer, and I can move it around a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. Here's our hole. Again, make that a little more clear. There's our smoke hole. And then, yeah. And then this, I'm not even sure if we'll see that. So if I move that, where can I move that? If I move that here, I feel like that's a good spot for it. I'm going to change the angle just a little bit. But then I have to make some other adjustments. So let's take this guy. This is going to fuck everything up. Pardon my language. It's going to fuck everything up. All right. Let's move this down here like that. Something like that. And I can fix that road. And I can fix... We're improvising here. Fix that road. And then Bob's your uncle. It's like nothing ever happened. I need to get rid of all of this. Put a little bit of a... I can fix that part there. The road definitely goes. And then I'm going to need some smoke. So let's... Let me zoom out again, see if that... I don't know about that. let me compress that a little bit and shift it over. Okay, I think that's gonna do it. Kativ, wasn't expecting this today. Well, expect the unexpected. Expect my lack of planning. And what about the Spanish Inquisition? I don't know, I'm having trouble with words today. Okay. So, let us merge these layers. Try to get rid of this. Are we on, what are we? I think I'm not on, let me put it on, yeah, okay. I didn't have my music on shuffle. That's taken care of now. Right? Okay. And then it's still bugging me just a little bit. Also, I put those on the wrong layer. This is the new. This is the new. So let's just merge it. I'm merging it. It's merged. So now, is it not wispy enough? Let me look at my reference. Come back, reference. Yeah, they're usually, there's like they're thin wispy. There is a couple in the foreground. That image that's just cut off. Okay. So let's see. Not too thick. Some Flintstones music for you there. Right? I mean, does this look like something? I feel like and let's see about this road. Let me get rid of this one here. Maybe that'll help. With the path. The funky path. I think this will help our little problem. Get rid of that. Right? And let's do another one here. Right next to the path. Blocking the path. Only from view, though. You can still walk. Still walk around it. Does that look like the Valley of Smoke? It's bugging me. This path is bugging me. Let me tell you. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it again. And we'll widen it out. That's what's bugging me. Because I put the bigger one right at the front to get some depth. But then it makes the path look. God, that's terrible. Yeah, that's also terrible. Looks like there's a hill. Okay. Let me sketch this in. We're coming this way. No, we're not coming this way. We're coming that way. Right? We're coming that way. Breaks up here. Splits. Something like that. I don't know why this simple path is giving me so much trouble. Here, let's do that. Make those zig really ziggy. And the zags really zaggy. Is that going to help? Let's say that it does. here? That looks like a mess. This is taking way too long. Which is something I usually say when I live stream. But let's wrap it up. Let's wrap this up. Keep drawing things and erasing things. Drawing things and erasing things. Okay. There. I think we're done. We're done. We did it. No more fooling around. I think all we need to do now is zoom out to the whole map and maybe thicken some of those lines. Yes, let's thicken some of those lines. Well, let's bring it right up to 25 and we'll just anything that's on the outside is gonna, oh, that's too big. 25 is too big. You've gone too far this time. 20 is enough. And then maybe the back one, just for some delineation there. Even though it's supposed to be hazy in the back. And sure, why not? Why not? Get in there. Get in there, make those shadows darker. Even over here, over on this one. This guy too, and over here. Let's not forget that. Right? And that will make things look better from a distance, I think. Wispy. It's wispy. Okay. Hopefully that helped. I think it did. I think it did. And so next, let's save our work. And now comes the big exciting one. Monica says, I for one am always expecting the Spanish Inquisition Spanish Inquisition, working on that in therapy though. I think I get it. Okay, so now here is number 2. Now we'll move our frame up because the Garden of Zinn is north of the Valley of Smoke. And this is our reference. And somehow we have to get this castle to about this size. Feel like we've gone outside. We've really gone close to the edge. We don't need to show all of the garden in front. We can kind of screw with some depth there. But let me actually do a little bit of cheating. I'm going to do, yeah, sure. I'm going to do a little bit of cheating. We're going to make our Garden of Zinn. This is our final Garden of Zinn. I'm just going to do a couple of lines here just so I get the proportions right. This one, that one, maybe that guy, and then just the outline of it. I want to get just a little bit of tracing, and then we'll use that as our reference. Okay. Okay, because what we are going to do is we're going to keep the castle the way it is in terms of perspective, and then we're going to cheat the. Here, let me bring this up to full opacity. We're going to cheat, and really that should be dead center. I'm going to put that dead center, the Garden of Zinn, and then yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that the smoke holes anymore. Let's make a new toast layer. Let's make it green. And this is what we're going to try to do. So we have our hill. We can shorten this. Sure, that's all fine. That's all fine. We don't need to have so many towers. We don't need to be a slave to the reference. Maybe we can just have, even though I just did all that cheating, we're really going to undo some of it. Another tower there. Another tower there. We got the 3 towers, thin towers. We got the again. Oh no, the lighting's on the right side. Okay, that's great. The lighting is actually on the right side. So this is all going to be in shadow. We can do a little small one here. The entrance we have here, so we're gonna this will be the gate. We're scrunching all this wooded area in between the castle and the garden. We're scrunching that. So we got the door. Where is the door? The door is here, right? That's the door. And then how many zigs do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 zigs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Let's change my brush into blue. Ding 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 ding. Just so I can. Right? Something like that. Okay. Back to red. Ding 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 ding. So this is all. We got some trees on either side. And then this is the wall. The wall. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 on either side. Mountains in the background. And then, holy crap, we got to do all this. This garden business. Gosh. Okay. Yeah, this is a lot. Okay, so we have the path that goes down here. The path is going to go off to the right. We got a bridge. We got water. We got a waterway. Let me change my. Where's my Garden of Zinn reference? Nope. Garden of Zinn reference is there in the yellow. Okay, we don't need to get all that stuff on the side. Okay, toast is green. Cthulhu Inc. says, got it, so I'm happy about that. Oh, Cthulhu Inc. got it. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. 1, there's a little thing. 2, there's a little thing. 3, there's a little thing. Yeah, so I guess we're stretching this out here. This gate, I feel like, should be more narrow. As you can see, you can kind of see where I screen grabbed the YouTube, the video, and kind of stitched this whole, because it was a pan. It was a slow pan across and up to the final composition of that. So I did like 4 screen grabs and then stitched them all together to get this reference. Okay. And then we got a bunch of trees. We don't need to draw. We don't need to count the trees and draw them. We're just gonna 1, 2, 3. Was it good enough? 1, 2 is fine. And now we're gonna have that waterway. In fact, let's put the waterway further away. So the bridge will be right at the edge of the screen here. And we have these, I don't know if they're like gardens. These are the gardens. There's another garden here. So then there'll be another garden here and another garden here, right? Does that make sense? And then like some kind of arable land. Like that. So basic. And then just regular old. We don't need to go right all the way to the edge of the frame. No, we don't. We don't, and we won't. Okay, well, I see a bunch of round shrubberies. We want taking it back to Monty Python. We want a shrubbery. Yeah, and each garden has its own big old tree in the middle of it. So that's fun. Maybe we make this one a little wider. And there's some hedgerows. Some Speed Racer music going on. This is our bridge. This is our water. Water goes behind. And that's fine. We don't need to. Maybe we do one more zigzag with the water to get it behind this hill. And then this is, put this garden right up nice and close. Here's another garden. We might have to, I don't know, make it less, a little more straight on? Or a little, yeah. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine, I guess. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some trees. Some trees. And we'll start this one like that. And then got one over there. And then what should be on the other side? Let's put maybe, I don't know. There seems there's some square gardens over here. And then there's a round garden over on the left there. So it looks like inside the square gardens there's round gardens. Gosh. Gee whiz willikers. So let's, I don't know. Since we got the stream coming in on this side, maybe we'll put a round, one of those round gardens over here. And we'll call that more or less done in terms of the rough drawing. Right? Does that make sense? Okay. So we have that. This is our, let me figure out this. We got the one big tower in the front here. And then we got another one here, smaller one. I think we can just do one here and then a smaller one here, and that should be fine. That should be fine. We're cheating because we're not being a slave to the references. We're making creative decisions because we're creative people. And who's going to stop us? Who's going to tell us we did it wrong? Nerds on the internet. Do we care what nerds on the internet say? Sometimes, but usually not. Okay. Okay. This is our starting point. This is our rough. I'm going to save my work. And now we shall do the rendering. Do I want to put clouds in the background? I feel like I don't on this particular one. Let's not do any. I have done zoom out. Let's look at some of the ones. Some of the other ones, like this one, I don't even know what that is. Is that the Valley of the Unicorn? Unicorns? I think that's the Valley of the Unicorns. That has clouds. Anywhere else has clouds? There's a suggestion of clouds in this area here. I think that's the layer of Tiamat, actually, for mine. But generally not. I don't put clouds on. So let's continue that trend. And let us now render. Put this underneath. We don't need our frame anymore. And this is our finals. Okay, great. Round peg, square hole. This is the problem with me. I feel like the chat has a delay. And then also I have a delay looking at the chat. So references are made that I do not get. All right, so we want my, let's bring it back down to 15. 15 is, and I'm going to get my brush black, not red. And we will draw this castle. I'm going to draw this castle. I feel like the registration of my pen might be a little bit off. Zip. Zip. Zzz. All right. Zip. Yes. Yes. How did I do shading on these other ones? I'm looking for, oh yes, I see. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do the shading on this one as well. Not what I started to do. That is wrong. Okay. Let's actually start from the edge here. So I can finish the edgy stuff. Edgy. Because I'm an edgelord. And then, yeah. Zoom out just a tad. Oh, snap. All right. This is all... This is hard. This is kind of hard to do. Do some cleanup later. Da, da, la, la, la. Right. Get the general shape in there, and we can finesse it when the time comes. I feel like I'm doing them as straight cones, but they should have a little curve to them. How's my volume, everyone, by the way? Okay. Oh, I see. That's interesting. Didn't notice that at first. Okay. All right. So now, let's get that road in here. The road. The road, I said. The road. Right? I'll come back to the trees. Here is a bridge. A bridge over troubled waters. What happens in this episode? This is the episode where they fight some phantom stalkers, which is always fun. Okay, I'm having trouble with this bridge. I'd come back to this bridge. I actually did a storyboard artist reacts to this episode, which is fun. I think I have it loaded. Yeah, here is my Garden of Zinn board artist reacts to the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. Let's watch me watching me. Oh yeah, so that's what happens because they start in this. They start. Oh, this is the introduction. They start in this jungle area. They fight this monster. Bobby gets and I pretend I know what the monster is. Anyway, this is not important. The dragon turtle. They meet a guy. They fight some other guys. And then they go to the Garden of Zinn. Those are the phantom stalkers right there. Pretty great. Which I also did for my 20-minute monster series. So watch all of those. Watch all the videos on my channel and like them. And subscribe them. And comment on those videos. And then I can retire. Because YouTube will give me $1 million. Okay. So here is a tree. Here is the maze. Yes, we can have these giant trees here. 3 trees. Everyone loves 3 trees. Dun, dun. And then, yeah, I think that's all I need to do. Let's get this. Let's get this river going on. River. And then some, whatever those things are supposed to be. Okay, and we're happy. I think we're happy. I think we're happy with this edge over here. Okay, so now I can bring my reference in a little bit, I think. Right? Right? Do I even? I don't know. Is it helpful? Is it helpful? Let's move it up. Let's do this. I just want to get... Let's bring it up to the top here. Figure out this bridge. The Garden of Zinn bridge. Yes, it was very meta. My nickname is Doodle, so I love that I'm the #2 fan right now. Oh, nice. Monica, I can't decide if I should have capitalized that. Meta? Yeah, no, if you're talking about the company. But you were not. Okay. All right, so the river comes. Let me just draw the river all the way through. Here's the edge of that river. Oh, I messed up here. This is the edge of the river. And the river comes thuswise. Something like that. So, I think that's fine. So the road goes over the river here. Right? Right? Dun, 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 dun. That's a road. And then, okay, so this goes here. I'm not used to drawing bridges. Turns out bridges are hard. But I'm just going to copy what I see. And all will be well. I hope. The road. I'm talking about the road. You know that song from Tenacious D, The Road? And 'cause I'm talking about the road. One of the few memorable songs on their album, The Rise of the Phoenix. Okay, so that is the bridge. That is the bridge, so... We're not going to draw that big tree on the side. We're not going to worry about it. We're not, as I said, we're not being slaves to the reference material. So, we can draw that. I can draw that. And we're happy. I think we're happy with that. Let's make my reference even more transparent. In fact, let me... Does that look like something? I think I need to fix that first. Or should I do them all at the same time? Sure, I'll do them all at the same time. Here's what we're going to do right now. We're going to do the little squares. We're going to do the squares of... We're going to do the squares. We're doing the squares. Okay. Wrong layer. There's a square. And we're doing it. We're doing the squares. Make them seem angular. And then some texture around the tree there. I feel like that's all we really need to do. It seems like there are some trees. Problem with this chisel nib is it's hard to draw circles. We'll get a couple in there. Suggest that over here. And that's fine. That's one. Number two is going to be over here. Let's draw the square hedges first. Right? Okay. So that's the side. Put some more. We'll put four bushes on this one. And then this is the inside. And that's all well and good. Get more of a shadow on this side. And let's draw our tree. It looks like there might be a small tangent happening between the top of the tree and the bottom of... It doesn't need to be round. I don't know why I made it so round. But let's fix that. Maybe that's how we fix our tangent as well. Here, it's not round anymore. It's roundish, but it's not round. And that's how we fix our tangent. Although it didn't really fix the tangent. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this one not so big. Okay. Does that fix our tangent? What does the bottom look like? Yeah, that fixes our tangent. That's fine. Let's not stress about it. And there's also, look at that, more. Let's do just 3. 3 is fine. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then this is the light coming onto the bushes. right? I wish my eraser had a little more texture, but let's not. Leave us not worry about that. Okay, so let's get some of these trees in. No, we just said we're going to do all of the rectangles at once. And by God, that's what we're going to do. Okay. By Yumpin' Yemeni. Yeah, I went to, I think I've done a live stream since I came back from the Netherlands. But I went to the Netherlands, everyone. That was fun. I recommend it. All right, here's another tree. Make that look more like a tree. Oh, we forgot to do the little circly deals in here. Just a suggestion. It's fine. I feel like we're really doing good here. We're doing good. Okay, we need 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And that's fine. That's fine. We got it. We did it. It's done. No problem. All right, last one. Let's get the perspective going on this one. I feel like that should be something along those lines. 1. Oh, what's this? Oh, yes, there we go. Yeah, I didn't do the trees on this one. What the heck? The shrubberies. Those are mostly. Okay, great. 1, 2, 3. 3 or 4? 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes 4, sometimes 3. Okay, and then here's our happy little tree, as a certain star of PBS painting show might say. Happy to draw some happy little trees. And let's zoom out and see. Seems like the one on the right is way bigger than the one on the left. So I can fix that easily. In fact, let's shrink it down and put a little behind. I think that should be fine. And that will give us more room for... You know what? I'm not going to put that circular maze there. I'm just not going to do it. You can't make me. All right. What's going on in the chat? Put a bridge over it if you draw troubled waters. Always, always. Talking about The Prisoner now? Talking about The Prisoner, which is a good show. Cthulhu says, rain this morning, but then sunniness threatened. Now, clouds. Sad face. Yeah. How are we doing? How are we looking? We're getting there. We're getting there. How long have I been streaming? Almost an hour, 58 minutes. Okay. So, I don't know if we're going to do that forest that I threatened that we might do. But let us, now that we have the gardens more or less, although I got to do these trees, don't I? Yeah, the trees. All right, let's just do 1 tree, 2 tree. Oh, this is on the wrong layer. That's on the wrong layer. Don't draw on the reference layers. In fact, let's make that, no, that's not going to help. Sure, let's do 3 trees. Three trees. I wonder what the inspiration was for this. A tree there. And a tree here. And a tree here. And then a tree here. And maybe a tree here. They're not really well-placed trees. I don't want one tree to cover another tree. Nobody wants that. But let's put another tree behind there. And smoke him if you got him, I guess. Okay. Tree, 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 tree. Right? Right, Mr. Tree? The funky trees. Not to be confused with the Funky Phantom. Who remembers that show? I never watched that show. So that was Funky Phantom was a show that was one of the many Scooby-Doo trying to recapture the magic of Scooby-Doo. Hanna-Barbera trying to recapture the magic, the lightning in the bottle they had. All right, let's draw some. This one's gonna be. Oop, is that the right height? Yeah, that's fine. Let's draw our tower over here. Oh, we're listening to some Dungeons and Dragons music. Okay. And then that one can go thuswise. Right. Draw another tower here. And then one more. One more. And then let's do the same thing we did on that side, which is... Alright, we need some... We need some bushes. Bushes of love, as Yoda would say. If you don't know Yoda's Bushes of Love song, by God, get onto that YouTube right away. Okay, so we are making good progress now. Wrong layer. Move my reference layer up. We are making good progress. I'm excited. Yeah. That's all fine. That's all fine. That's all fine. Fine and dandy. All right, so now this is just... How do we do this? How do I want to do this? I'll do the outline here. Zip. Zip, zip, zip. Something like that. Put more. Right, something like that. We'll have our doorway here. That's all well and good. And don't know what that is. But all this will be cast in darkness. All these trees will be cast in darkness. Shrubberies less so. And something like that. Great. Great. Okay. Let's move. I think we have all of the garden-y type stuff done. We can focus now on the castle. Let me get rid of that. And even that. And now we can really focus on the castle. Hey everybody, it's the castle. Okay. Looking good, looking good. This is all just trees down here, mostly in darkness. And, yeah, let's do some of these towers. There's one. There's one. There's a tower. And then here's a tower. Something like that. Some of them have flags. All of them have flags? All of them have flags. Dun, 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 dun. Right? Flags. Do you have a flag? Do you guys see that Eddie Izzard special, Dressed to Kill? One of my favorite comedy shows of all time. having trouble. It looks like a paw or something. I want to make these. It's because of this stupid brush. It's too angular. Dun, 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 dun. Here's the problem. Start with the one in the middle. Then do the other ones. That's how you do it. Okay, great. All right. Stupid sensor. Okay. Okay, we're drawing the castle here, everybody. Who's excited about castles? All right. Dun, dun. This one's got a long pole. And the very tippy top. Oh, the tippy top. My gosh. Who would have thought? Do you have a flag? Yes, that's what that's from. Beautiful here in Oregon. 65 degrees and scattered shower. I heard on the internet that Portland is a war zone. And then all my friends in Portland posted their war zone photos on Facebook, which is just them going about their daily business at the food trucks and whatnot. So maybe it's not a war zone. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try not to be a slave to the reference material. But on the other hand, it makes it easier in some ways. In some ways, it makes it easier. I guess that one doesn't have a flag, which is fine. Okay. Perfect. Good. This could go all the way down. All the way down to the bottom. I think. It's a little offset. So we'll just put a shadow there. And you got some windows and whatnot. Let's mix things up a little bit. And we got this turret here, which we shall definitely do. And then I think we're close to being done. Right? Something like that. Bum, 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 bum. That's fine. Ooh. That's fine. And I'm not gonna be a slave to the reference. I'm gonna change some things up here. Ba. Okay, great. Great. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna change it up here too. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Damn it. Okay. I realize the folly of my ways. Okay, we will do another tower here. Ba-da-da-da. And now, are we done? Oh, we got one more tower to do back here. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's give it one more tower. And a little flag. Flag. Let's make these flags black. All of them black. And that should be 2 windows on that one. And I think we are done. I really do think we're done. Oh no! Not quite done yet. There. Now we're done. Let's take a look. Let's take a step back. Get rid of our Does that look like the Garden of Zinn? My God, that is busy. That's the danger of doing... Yeah, I overdid that one. I've overdone a couple of them. Too many towers. It looks like a mess from far away. So what can I do? Here's what we're going to do. Let's get rid of all this. What else do we want to get rid of? I think we make... Here, let me save my work before I go messing about completely. Monica says, I've never been to Portland. I've been to Portland many times. I like Portland. There's a bookstore where I bought a shirt. I bought a shirt in that bookstore. You better believe I bought a shirt in that bookstore. And socks, too. I bought everything but books in that bookstore. Okay, so this is... I'm going to make all this black. We're going to put the outlines much stronger. Much, much stronger. Very strongly shall these outlines be. And on these things as well. That looks a little dorky. Should we just make the tops all black as well? Oops. Or at least mostly black? I think that's going to help. I think that will help from a distance. And we can just make that door. We don't need any 3D business on that door. We can make these. Well, no, let's not make those ones black. Let's get rid of all the trees on the pathway and just make it more I could suggest the trees there. Suggest them. And more blacks on everything. Ba 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 da ba ba da ba da ba ba ba. More blacks. And then, yeah, here too. Yep, here too. That's right. I guess we can get that in there. And then we just put some... No, I don't like what I've done here. Do it that way instead. Does that look better from afar? That looks much better. Okay. Now I'm happy. Mostly. What happened? Oh, it's because I erased those. So we just gotta finish this. Finish this guy over here. And that should be... Let's even get rid of the road on this side. And I think that should do it for the Garden of Zinn. Ba 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 ba. All right, we did it. We did the Garden of Zinn. And we're just going to have to be happy. So let's save our work. I'm going to thank everyone for joining me. I'm going to go think about some breakfast / lunch / brunch. You know what? I am going to put some clouds. There, clouds. That's how we do it. That's all we need to do, right? Do we need to do anything else with clouds? Okay, let's put some shadow on the clouds. Once again, I'm overdoing it. I should have... You quit while you're ahead, Torn. I mean, clouds are easy to erase, though. clouds. Thank you for joining me. Next, what's the next episode? I always forget. The next episode in the what do you call it? Dungeons and Dragons. I guess I have to go to Google for that. All right. Dungeons, Dragons, cartoon episode list. Okay, Wikipedia will tell us. I know because I've been here before. I've been to Wikipedia. The next episode is the box. The kids accidentally find Xandora's box, which can open doorways to many other places. This may be their best chance of getting home, but only Xandora herself knows how to use the box, and she is trapped somewhere inside it. I wonder, so in this episode, there's not a lot of named places. So I don't know what I'm going to be drawing for this episode, because they go into the box, and the box is like other dimensions. So these other locations wouldn't be on the map of the realm that I am doing. So I'm going to watch that episode, and maybe there'll be one. Maybe there'll be one location that I need to add for the map for this. But after that, it's the Lost Children, which has Venger's Castle. So that's definitely, and I think it's different because there's like throughout the series, there's a number of Venger's Castles. This is one of them, dead center here. It's like almost like a wasp hive thing hanging on the bottom of a cliff, which is pretty cool design. But there's also some more standard, typical Venger's Castles to draw. But that's in the future. I do the liking, do the subscribing. Thanks for joining. Love to you all. It's difficult times right now. If you want to buy art from me, I endorse that. However, shipping right now is a nightmare because the U.S. has imposed tariffs, which now Canada Post has this app to quantify what tariffs are, to calculate what tariffs are due on the package you're sending. And I haven't used the app, but I've used the website. The website is terrible. It asks you to take a photo of the package that you're sending, and then I guess AI just guesses what you would owe for a tariff. And it's so dumb. It's so dumb. And also Canada Post is on strike, so double whammy. So, hey, if you live in Vancouver and you want to buy some art, then I can drop it off at your door. Otherwise, problems. So hopefully that'll all get resolved soon. In the meantime, I do have a Patreon. If you like what I do, patreon.com/Torrin Atkinson. If you want to support the arts and you want to spend as little as $1 a month, you can do so. So once again, Monica, Cthulhu Inc., Dwayne Taylor, anybody else? K-Tiff, thank you for joining me in this chat today. The clouds are cool. Thank you, K-Tiff. Cthulhu Inc. says, I'm the man in the box. Skull Mountain and that arch. Escape from Skull Castle. Don't get me started on tariffs. Grrr, says Cthulhu Inc. Yes. Thank you. Aye. Goodbye. I will see you next time on the internet. Closing.